Tovela, Ewela, Ndawe, Makosi, Hanyang, and Tokozani, Kamagu, Mulmele, Skomu. I'm here just in case someone needs advice. So I'll hang around here while I'm enjoying the sound of the water. And if you pop in, I'm here. Remember, I'm here in case someone might need advice. So we'll be here. I'm here with you. I'm catching up for the Tuesday live session, doing it today and Thursday. So in case someone out there might need advice, I'm here. Dream related, anything to do with ancestors, anything like that. So we're here to talk. And Kanyang advice session. Oops. Tukozani, Ewela, Kanya, Makosi, and Skomu, and Mulumele, and Tovela, Jenny, Grand Rising, as we are rising, the entertainment block list said, yes, I'm here, guys, I'm free, and in case someone wants advice out there, I thought, as I'm doing my regular things, my daily things, I might as well just give someone out there advice. So I'm here, free as they come. I've got an hour. So you are here with me for an hour. You can ask away. You can talk to me about spiritual things. Remember that it doesn't have to be advice session. You can share some wonderful things if you want to share with us. And yeah. Hey. Okay. Yeah. Yes. And that is just that. Gosh, I don't think ancestors will love this kind of thing, yeah? This kind of thing that I'm doing here. Anyway, so that is what I'm here for, just in case someone out there might want to talk. Otherwise, let's enjoy that. There's no water today. It hasn't been raining, so we'll just enjoy a little bit of that while waiting. No, it doesn't look right, does it? Oh, water doesn't look right, does it? Anyway, you guys can hear the sound. Anyway, what else can I share with you while we are waiting around? This is not stable, is it? Okay, that's better. Yes, ancestors people. Makosi Zwelo. Yes, Makosi. Oh gosh, why am I coming with that now? I thought this was done. Anyway, all is good in my part, as healthy as they come. Uh, um, yes, and I hope you guys are doing all right out there. And enjoying ancestors and their dreams, right? So that's why we are here to talk about those ancestors and their dreams. So anyway, I'm here. Mm. Oh gosh. Gosh, it's cold today, isn't it? Uh, Gogo, how does fighting what? How does fighting their way through family members who have problem with you being the chosen one? I'm constantly showing them practicing the dark things, and to be exact, my sibling. What do you mean? How are you shown those? In the dreams? How are you shown this? Because a lot of people, um, uh, okay, how are you shown fighting with them? You know, a lot of our dreams, ancestors, they show us things that are happening. Sometimes it is nothing to do with what we are thinking it is. But let me not just say that until I hear the story. Yes, Gogo, it's been years through dreams. Can you just give me one dream? Just give me one dream about one of your siblings. You don't have to be specific, like you know, my brother or sister or anything like that. Just give me an example. Because when ancestors are talking to us in dreams about our family members, guys, sometimes you think they mean bad things when it's not necessarily that. When ancestors are trying to tell us about something else, but they have to use certain family members to bring out the message or the reason behind certain things that are happening to us. So they'll use our family members, our siblings, acting in different ways. That when you think about it, if you're taking it as it is a dream like that, you will think that they mean that sibling is doing something harmful, or that sibling is jealous about something, when it's not necessarily that. Just give me an example. Give me an example, because I can tell you that it depends where you're coming from for me to be able to explain this properly. Uh, I need to understand at least an example from your dream, you know, an example. Um, because for ancestors to teach us about a lot of things, they have to use the people that we know and understand, right? If they want to teach you about how certain things happen in real life, they will have to use everyone in your family, everyone in your family, your cousins. They'll play different kind of roles to bring out a message. So sometimes we will think those people are doing bad things when it's not that. But I don't want to say that is what is happening with you, entertainment blog. I just want to understand, at least from your dream, so I can just try and understand one particular dream. Because I can tell you that a lot of us, this is me generalizing, right? A lot of us, we look at our family members in different ways. Like sometimes, okay, let me not go there until I understand what is happening with you. Ewela mfana futhi ewela. Yes. So ancestors, they will use our family members. We need to be careful when it comes to that. We need to be careful. Even me answering you, I need to be careful, because I can tell you, I went to a healer because I thought the same. He confirmed that yes, the sibling is working for the dark side. I had plenty dreams. First one, I was shown the sibling sprinkling things in my room. Sprinkling things. And okay. Remember that we share our siblings, right? Your brothers and sisters, you share the same ancestors with them. Meaning that all those ancestors, they'll be looking after all of you. But not the same way, because obviously if you've got a gift, a particular gift, the other one has got a particular gift, the other one has got a particular gift. There'll be certain ancestors looking after one, depending on the kind of gift that they've given this particular one member of the family, right? And then there will be other ancestors looking after this particular one, depending on their gifts as well. But when they are teaching us about things to do with the dark sides, right? Remember that your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, and everyone plays an important role. Meaning that if in real life your brother is like the kind of a brother or sister who can easily be influenced, right? I'm giving you an example. That means your ancestors are going to be using them in the dream. If they want to give you a message about, okay, when someone comes with this kind of thing, the dark things to you, to your spiritual path, they'll use that brother or sister of yours because he's likely to be influenced like that. They'll use them to bring out a message about if dark things like this are happening, we deal with them like this, we deal with them like this, we deal with them like that. But sometimes what I've noticed is that some people, when they're seeing dreams like that, they literally take them like they mean it, like that brother is got something or that sister has got something that they're doing wrong. To me, when ancestors are just trying to bring a message that things like this, they will happen like this. But because your brother or your sister is likely to be influenced in real life, if someone comes in this way, they use your brother. Because remember, that it's just the role that they play in that dream. But I do not know. I do not know with yours. If you're thinking like that, is different. Ndamu, I dream being told only this white man should take me to the river, no one else. Where will I get a white man? Explain yourself properly, because please explain yourself properly. How did your dream start, and how did you get that only that white man will take you to the river? Because, like I was explaining about siblings and stuff like that, even ancestor spirits and guys, different colors, they've got different rules. Sometimes ancestors can use particular people in the dream, meaning that someone Indian, they can use a white person, they can use a black person. And if it is a spirit, and this dream, because you're not explaining it properly, Zoom, I'm just giving you an example. If in this dream they are saying out of all the water spirits and all the ancestors that you have there, only that white person will take you to the river. So if it is a spirit, that means they are saying to you, only that spirit will be the one that will take you to the river to do whatever that needs to be done at the river. But I don't know. I'm just making assumption. Give us the dream proper. Give us the dream proper. Because if you're giving it to me like this, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it as it is literal to you like that. I'm taking it spiritual, as in metaphorical. Virginia, look, it's so cold here now. It's becoming cold. I don't know why. It was warm. All of a sudden, it's getting cold. Anyway, Virginia, I dreamt of a woman who looked and was dressed like ancient people being swept out of a river that had a strong current. She was dead, and I said in my heart, surely water does not keep dirty things. Okay. Woman who looked and was dressed like ancient people being swept out of a river. Okay, she was dead, and I said in my heart, surely water does not keep dirty things. So what did you think that meant to you as you were saying it in the dream? What did it mean to you, Virginia? Abalozi, okay. Does it mean one has Abalozi if he hears voices while asleep? What kind of voices, Fanafut? What kind of voices? What kind of voices? Remember, Abalozi is just water spirits. You can hear voices even when you have ancestors, just ancestors, if they are just the first people who are coming to you. You can hear voices. You can hear voices when it's just Mandawe spirits coming first to you. You can hear voices if it's only just the Nzunza people coming to you. You can hear voices. So what do you mean by hearing voices? Virginia Moyo. Okay. Gosh, why am I not seeing properly? Is it because this is too far? This is a bit hilly. I then woke up, and soon as I woke up, I tried to remember where I was in the dream, where I saw the dead woman. Was in the river, was in the river bank or in the water. Then I realized the woman was me. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, okay. All right. That's interesting. That's interesting, Virginia. So what do you think is happening with you? Remember the way you're explaining it, if I'm thinking about it metaphorically, dirty means that there are other things that are not right with you. So that means being in the water, if it is the water spirits that are taking you there, only the water will keep the water will only keep people who are clean, right? Clean, meaning that spiritually clean. Like if you're doing everything right, that is clean and stuff like that. But then if it is a dead person, it is different, because a dead person in the dream, if it is you, it has got a different meaning for me. If someone comes to me and tell me that they saw themselves being dead in the dream, I'll be telling them that they need to get themselves checked properly. Meaning that if you're sick, something like that, you see yourself being dead in the dream. If you're sick, like physical, there's something wrong, something that is not right with you. But I'm not saying that is what is happening with you, Virginia. I'm just telling you that if someone were to come to me and they're telling me that they saw themselves being dead in the thing, as they saw themselves as a dead person, I'll be worried. Oh, I shouldn't say this because I'll worry you now. You need to find out what is happening with you, if you're okay or anything like that. Okay, all right. Later, when I was praying during the day, Gogo, the picture of the woman being swept out of the river came to me, and I felt so much pain, and I cried. Oh, yes, Virginia. If you were coming to me with that, yes. But if I hope you're okay, like as in physically all right. Nyasha, greetings, Nyasha. And Fanafuti, a voice giving instruction not to use muti. Oh, okay. So, all right. Okay. So what would you think it is? Can it be Abalozi? Ancestors can give you instructions and tell you not to use muti. What would you think is Abalozi? Ancestors can tell you, don't use muti. Virginia, later when I was praying, remember that depending on what is happening around you, if you were to go to someone and use muti, or you got muti from someone, and ancestors are giving you a message in the dream, there's not even in the dream, or you hear them saying don't use muti, it means don't use muti. They're just telling you don't use muti. The message is clear. Don't use muti. They are not saying don't use muti today, tomorrow, or forever. They are just telling you don't use muti as of don't use muti. Maybe you wanted to use muti, so they are just telling you don't use it. Okay. Trovela, Virginia. Yeah, I hope you're fine. Months back, it was just us in the house. I went outside and closed my door, but quickly came back only to find her leaving my room, and only to find spilled muti at my prayer corner. Okay, I went outside then closed my door, but quickly came back only to find her leaving my room, only to find spilled muti at my prayer corner. I asked her about the spilled muti. She said she doesn't know, but it was just us in the house. So are you talking about something in real life? In real life? Is this something in real life? Or is it something in the dream? Fanafuchi, I thought it, okay, I thought it. Then because I've heard it, it's damn clear, clear in one ear. We speak clear. Not necessarily Fanafuchi, because my ancestors, they speak clearly to me in the voice. The Abalozi don't speak clearly to me in the voice. So they speak clearly to me, to different people. They speak to different people differently. So it is different. All ancestor spirits and guides, the way they speak to us, they can speak with clear voice. All of them, they can speak with clear voice. But some of them, they can decide that instead of speaking with a clear voice, like what you hear is a female and a male, sometimes some of them, they'll just speak to you as in thoughts, some in thought form. Some of them, they'll speak to you like an inner voice where you know that someone is saying something, but they are not like auditory like that. So even Abalozi can be like that. It's not like that for everyone. Fanafuti is washo, do they count as muti? Anything that you use herbs or anything like that is muti. Even the one you get from the shops in bottle format is muti. So it depends. Why will ancestors say to you don't use muti? Were you planning to use muti from the shop or muti from a herbalist? It depends on that. Well, I wouldn't know entertainment if this is in real life. I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I can only explain things in real life. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Okay. Gosh, I'm getting cold. Woo! I can literally feel it. Like, you know, like when your voice is starting to change because you're getting cold. I might need to go back. All right. Okay. Let's take this off. Whew. This cold. Okay, where was I? Maria Tovela, what does it mean to dream of putting a brown snake into a sack? An old lady was helping me do it. She was dressed in those Mozambican clothes. Mozambican clothes. What are the Mozambican clothes? And why were you putting a snake in a sack? In the dream, how did the dream start, and why would you put a snake in the sack in the dream? What were you thinking when you're putting it in the sack with this old woman? And when you say she was dressed up in those Mozambican cloth, what is a Mozambican cloth? I'm asking Maria. Naledi, afternoon, Naledi. I had a dream where I had a dream whereby there was a rod in my bag. And please guys explain your dreams properly, because I'm not here interpreting dreams. I'm here trying to make sense of your dreams. Try and explain them properly to someone. If you really want someone to help you with your day-to-day, please explain yourself properly. Because otherwise, unless if you want me to mess you up, then we'll just start making up stories now. All right. Where was I? Did I miss someone there? Gosh, I'm cold, guys. It's not good to be talking about being cold, right? And not doing anything about it. It's like it doesn't make sense either. All right. Maria saying, okay, like the cloth that Shangans wear. I don't know uh, why we were doing it. Okay, all right. That's interesting now, Maria. I don't know what is happening with. Actually, I need to talk about Nzunza spirit at some stage. Because with Nzunza, I'm not saying this is what is happening with you, but it happens to a lot of people with Nzunza spirit, right? When you have Nzunza spirit, right? You see Mashangani in your dreams, Mashangani people in your dreams, wearing Mashangani clothes as well, even dancing, doing Mashangani dances and stuff like that, even speaking in Shangan or Tsonga or Tonga in your dreams. When you have Nzunza, you'll see those ones. Mashangani people in your dreams, you see them. You know you have Nzunza. It is your ancestors. Your lineage is somewhere there. So I don't know what was happening in that Maria, like that. If you saw Mashangani people wearing Mashangani clothes in your dreams, you have Nzunza, and that one we cannot go far. That means you've got ancestral lineage with those people. Naledi, okay, Naledi is still typing. I'm gonna talk about Nzunza at some stage. I'm just waiting for more information from Nzunza people. So I will explain what I'm trying to say to Maria here. Because when Nzunza spirit, when Nzunza is introducing the Nzunza spirits, okay, Nzunza spirit, remember Nzunza is a serpent, right? When the serpent the serpent is going to be revealed to you. It comes in different forms, but a lot of the time now Mashangani are in full force. They are coming to our dreams now. In many people's dreams with Nzunza spirit, you see Mashangani people moving around in your dreams. And when I'm saying Mashangani people, meaning that you see, because what we relate to see Mashangani people, right? They'll be wearing a Chbelani. You see a lot of people with Chbelani in your dreams. You must know you've got Nzunza. Okay, yeah, I have Ndau relatives from Mozambique. I'm not talking about Nzunza spirit, Ndau spirit. I'm talking about Nzunza. Ndau is totally different. If you see Mashangani, that means you've got ancestors. You've got Mashangani ancestors. It's not relatives. It's not like I have relatives, Maria. That means in your lineage, you've got. When we go back to your roots, we trace him back, you'll find your people there. That means you're part of them. If they are in your dream, you're part of them. Anyway, I'll explain Nzunza soon. That is what I'm going to be explaining next, I guess. And in Ndau and Ndau, different. Mashangani, the Tongas are different as well. The Batsonga. They are different. Vatsonga, Mashangani, different from the Ndau relatives. Anyway, when I'm saying different, I mean that remember that when we're talking about spirits, guys, and the way these spirits are coming to us, because as well they want us to understand about how things were given to different tribes. When I'm saying tribes, remember I'm using the terms that we understand. Why certain things, this tribe was given this particular thing to look after, and this tribe was given this particular to look after. This tribe was given this particular thing to look after, and why this tribe was linking with that spirit. That tribe was linking with that particular spirit. That tribe was linking with that particular spirit. So now, when they're taking us there, they will have to teach us about our origin as well. So when I'm saying origin, meaning that you know that when you have Mandawe, that means you've got ancestors, the Ndau people. If you try to link, there's no one who died in the water or anything like that. Yeah, people died in the water. But you have to link to your Ndau ancestors. You must know that you've got the Ndau ancestors there. then you must know that if you've got Nzunza, that means you've got Batsonga ancestors there. That means Bashangana ancestors there. When you see Abalozi, the Makosi, that means even the way we greet, the language carries a lot of information for us. You don't have to go far. It is the greetings, even in those dreams, that your ancestors will just literally tell you who you are. With the greeting phrase, they'll just say Tobela. You cannot run away from yourself. If they want to bring it back nicely again, they'll say Ndau. You cannot run away from yourself. Anyway, that means they're taking you to your origin as well. Your ancestors, they're just showing you where you're coming from. Different people. So you might be thinking you're out there, born in let's say UK, by Jamaican and South African. You forgot that bit, and they just totally take you to they take you to what, West Africa, somewhere in Ghana. You hear they greet you in Ghanaian language. So they're just telling you that there's Ghanaian in you. You cannot run away from it, because we've greeted you in it. Your ancestors are from there. So try and understand now. You know, like when they're saying you're doing the genealogy kind of thing, gene things, like when you're tracing. In English, they say they do DNA testing. Ancestors, they don't need to do DNA testing. They just greet you in the dream. That is your DNA testing. You find your lineage. Okay, where was I? Maria was with Maria. Okay. Naledi, okay. In the dream, I look at myself viewing the backside, and there was an ancestral road where the spinal cord is in the back. Okay, and I woke up. Spinal cord. What's the spinal cord? Naledi, please help us. What is the spinal cord? Mfana futhi, if your dreams mostly of colors and whites and chinas, does that mean I'm related to them? No, unless if you are, but it doesn't mean that you're related to them. No, it doesn't. No, like I explained it before, right? Ancestors, spirits and guides. If you have too many gifts, you have too many spirits, you have got too many people in your things, they will have to use different people sometimes to separate themselves from the rest. So therefore, they'll use... Okay, let me just explain how dreams work. Ancestors, your ancestors, right? Remember, they are the ones who are creating all these dreams that you're getting, where you see yourself in shops, you're seeing yourself in hospital, you're seeing yourself. This is like a script. The ancestors, they write a script. We want Mfana Futi to understand this bit about himself. So, okay, how will Mfana Futi understand what the message we are trying to bring to him or her? Okay. Let's use Mfana Futi's friend. Mfana Futi will be able to remember the dream when they wake up, because that kind of a friend, when they say something to Mfana Futi, when he wakes up or she wakes up, it's going to remember that this friend said this. That's your ancestors. They use your friend to bring out the message in the dream. Right? You might be out there doing something and your friend says in the dream, this thing that you're doing, it is not right. Think about it properly. So your ancestors use your friend to bring you that message. Now, when it comes to spirits, right? Ancestors as well, they'll use different people, right? They'll use white people, they'll use Chinese, they'll use Indians, they'll use this, they'll use that. Because remember, some spirits, they come with your ancestors, meaning that if they're coming with your ancestors, our ancestors, if you're black, your ancestors will be black, right? So they want to separate, right? They want to separate between the black ancestors who are speaking in different languages, because if they are coming and they are not saying anything to you, you're not going to understand or know who it is that you're dealing with, because some of our ancestors, we don't know them, right? And we'll get confused in those dreams. So they'll have to bring these people so that you'll know that obviously they would have talked between themselves, the ancestors. They have talked, and the spirits, they have talked to each other to say that let's use this white person to represent this kind of spirit, because we want to make sure that when this white person is in that dream and they are doing this and this, Mfana Futu will understand that this white person is that spirit training me in this way because they want me to be strong in this way. Do you understand? But sometimes it is nothing to do with that. It is something to do with how things are like at work. So they will use all those people. They will all be in there. You'll see white people, you'll see Indians, you'll see black, you'll see colored, everyone mixing. Sometimes like that, it could be just they want to give you something. It is situational. All ancestor spirits and guides, they are all in it together. They want you to get a message with one. All of them, they're coming as one, right? So they are in there acting up this role. But what they're trying to say to you is that all of us are bringing this message to you. Oh, all of us are training you in this. Because even in the dream, you will see that I was with all these people in the dream, and all I was doing there, they were training. They wanted to make sure, they wanted to see how I'm like, especially when it comes to, let's say, problem solving or decision making. All of the spirits, all my ancestors were in this together. And they were checking me to see how I'm like, dealing with different people in there. You are in the shop, you're trying to make decisions. You're being served by white people. You're sitting, the Indians are there next to you, trying to buy as well. And everyone, the black people are here as well on the other side. The colors are there as well on the side. They're all standing there at the counter. And you're trying to buy something, and they're saying, oh, it's me first. And you're there sitting down, even though you came there first, you're not saying anything. They're all saying, it's me, help me first. All they're trying to do is that they're all working together to see how you react to things like that. Because they can see that you've got a problem with that. You cannot make decisions quick like that, and you cannot deal with things properly as you're supposed to. Even though you can see things that are not right around you, you don't say anything about it. So meaning that all ancestor spirits and guides are working together to make sure that the message they're trying to bring is that they are there as customers. They are pretending to be customers with you to make sure that you correct that bit of yourself that they want you to correct. But sometimes you can tell that these are not ancestor spirits and guides. These are the people I'm working with in real life. Ancestors are just showing me that this is what is happening in my day-to-day with the people that I know, because even in the dream you will know. These people, you know them. You've dealt with them in real life. I was answering Fanafuti there. So, what I'm trying to say is that every person play a role in the dream. The same way as ancestors will use animals in our dreams. Meaning that if your animal totem is like mine is elephant, if your friend's animal totem is, let's say, a lion, if your cousin's totem is what can I use? A buffalo. So they will use those to represent those people in your dreams. Meaning that if they want to bring a situational, they will use that. Even in the dream, you can see that they are just talking about what I'm experiencing in real life. So they're using the buffalo, they are using the elephant, they are using the lion, but it is based on a situation, because they are saying, my friend, the lion, my cousin, the buffalo, me, the elephant, we are behaving like this because it is situational. It is nothing to do with ancestors. This dream is situational. Even in the dream, you can see it is based on what is happening to you in real life, but they are showing you that your situation is almost like this using the animals. Now, even if they are using those people like the white people, the Chinese and stuff like that, they are just, but if you know you've got different water spirits and too many ancestors from different tribes as well, but now they just want to separate themselves, you can tell that all these people are coming in the dream based on my situation in real life, they want to make sure that I correct or I look at the situation, but they have to use those people because you'll know when that white person was doing this, when that Indian was doing this, when the colored was doing this, I was doing this. That is answering Fana food. But if you're related as well, they will use them. You can see that this person is coming to me in the dream because somehow down the line, even you will know, because they will show you. They will show you that this is related to your family. Maybe you didn't know that you're from a family that is mixed, isn't it? A family that is mixed. You can see that this person has come here as a family member that you didn't even know exists. Because when you go back to talk to your family, they will tell you that in our family we had these people, we have these people, we have these people. It's this later. In the dream, it will be simple. You can tell that this is a family member coming to you in the dream format because they are introducing themselves to you as well as someone who you didn't even know that you have colors in your family. If you are, when I'm saying colored, if you are like this color skin, now there's mixed race, right? Then you can tell that there's mixed race in the family. Even when you're talking to people in the family, they'll tell you, yes, we have mixed race in our family, because you know the history, right? Our people were mixing, right? And even from past way back, because of this and that, they mixed. Then you have this is a relative. You can see even the dream when they're coming to you is those relatives that will come as well. They come, you just see them. They don't say anything to you. They're just looking at you sometimes. As if they're checking you out first. You know, they're checking you out first. You can tell that this family member is coming to me in this form, and I didn't even know I've got this kind of white people in my family. And they were looking at me like this, but how come? When you're asking people, you're asking, this man looked like this, looked like that, and he came in my dream, and he just looked at me. Why? And then that's when you hear family secrets. Even if they're not secrets, but you hear stories. Anyway, where was I? What are we on talking about in Fanafoot? Tobela ke a leboga Lesedi. So Gogo, seeing elephants does not mean that your ancestors need to be cleaned. Fanafoot, you're talking to an elephant. Me, I'm an elephant, right? As you see me, you're talking to an elephant. So if you see me in your dream, if you ask your ancestors to come and see me, as in you said, my ancestors, I want to see Moholo Makosi Amakulu Tlokulu, your ancestors will show me as an elephant or me as in this format, as a human being, or they'll show me as an elephant in your dream. Now, your question then, the question you ask me then won't exist about Tlinzi, because I appear as an elephant in people's dreams, and my ancestors, they appear as elephants in my dream. I sometimes turn into an elephant in the dream because I'm an elephant, and even my totem is an elephant. Right? Yes, I look like this. I am an elephant. Maria is talking about bed bugs. In a dream, a spiritual attack. What are the bed bugs doing? Maria, what are the bed bugs doing? How is your flu go? That one. That one finished. That one finished. When did I check it? When did I become like a? This is another thing, isn't it? This is another thing here. When did it end, that one? I think I've been, for 3 days now, I have been free of that nonsense. I've been seeing one line. I hope you're feeling much better. So much better. I mean, so much better. Sometimes this thing is a mental thing, you know. You just see two lines, and then you start feeling the pains, even when there are no pains. You start feeling like there's something going on. Yeah, it's a mental thing, you know. I unfolded a blanket, and then I saw bed bugs spreading. The first thought I had was to put the whole blanket in the washing machine to kill them. Okay. And then what happened? And then what happened? Then I woke up. So your question was, are bed bugs a dream spiritual attack? I don't know if I don't know. In my spiritual path, no, it doesn't mean spiritual. It doesn't mean spiritual attack. In my in my line of work, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. In my line of work, when you see a dream like that, what happens in the dream now? I'll take you to your dream, even though I don't know what happened, what was happening in the dream. I'm just taking your information, and I'll try and try to think about it in your own way so that I can process it. Okay. Remember that a lot of dreams, they are telling us about things about us, sometimes about things that we are dealing with in real life, situations in real life. Meaning that sometimes, obviously, when we see bed bugs are not good for us, right? Bed bugs are not good for us, meaning that if you have bed bugs in your bed, you're going to be beaten, you're going to be in pain because of all that. You're going to leave marks. You don't want that. This is what bed bugs do to us, physical. So physically, you do not want bed bugs in your bed, right? You don't want that. So when they are using that spiritually, in your dream, meaning that there's a situation happening in real life, now they are turning it into telling you about it in metaphorically, like it is like bed bugs in your dream that needs to be taken away, meaning that they needs to be taken out. So when we have dreams like this, first of all, you have to think about what is happening to you in real life, in general, what is happening to you. On the day, what was happening to you for you to see your dreams like that? Because those is like something is happening to you on the day. They wouldn't bring something that has happened to you 2 days ago or something that has happened to you 3 days ago and bring you bed bugs after 3 days. No. It is something that has happened to you during the day. So in the dream, they will show you your situation during the day was like these bed bugs that needs to be taken away, right? But sometimes it is nothing to do with that. If it is like a teaching dream, then it is different. How do you deal with things like that as a human being? When you see things like that, how do you deal with them? So what is happening with you? What was happening with you during the day to see that dream, Maria? That is how you interpret your dreams. What was happening to you during the day for your ancestors to show you things like that? And what did you actually do with those bed bugs? Did you take those blankets and put them in the thing? Because it might be showing hesitant as well, that you see something that could harm you and you don't do anything about it. Instead of okay, I had was to put the whole blanket in the washing machine. So it could be that you didn't even do that. You saw something that was not right. You didn't do anything about it, even though you thought about doing it, but you didn't do it. So they will be showing you that you are like this, something that can harm you, hesitant. You don't do anything about it. You don't solve it just like that. You're hesitant in dealing with your situation in real life. Meaning that during the day, the way you dealt with your situation was as hesitant as your dream, seeing something that could harm you. You are thinking about it instead of just, boom, this is going to bite me, and get rid of it. Remember, I do not condone the harming of animals, even bed bugs. Bed bugs, we take them outside and tell them to leave. remember this, I'm talking about me. I do not harm animals. You guys can do whatever you do with things with situations that you think can be harmful, like bed bugs. They can eat you nicely. Remember, bed bugs, they if it is a situation, right, and they are relating it to bed bugs, it means you're not gonna see them. Some you will see them, some you don't see them. If you don't strip the whole bed, meaning that your situation, if you don't strip the whole bed, spray every corner, take everything out. Actually, even burn those things that will get rid of the one that are hiding inside the mattress, inside the things, because the fact that you see bed bugs on the bed, that means they are even inside, in hidden places where you're not gonna see them. That means that situation that you're dealing with, it's coming as bed bugs, meaning that you see one or you see two, but some of them, they're hidden. If you're not looking at it properly, you don't get rid of everything. You don't take everything out of the room, spray the whole place, do the mattress outside, put it on the sun, spray everything, make sure that you what they call it when you get rid of something and it doesn't come back to bite you again, like bed bugs. You can't get rid of one. You have to get rid of all of them, because you leave one is gonna bring out more, because like situation, if they're using bed bugs as a situation, and the situation come into bed bugs in your bed, mean that they're gonna be eating you alive as a situation. No one wants that one. Situations, things need to be dealt with properly, like in one go. Get rid of it. I was answering Maria there with the bed bugs. Sarah, Amakonsini, Makos. I have a conundrum I have never heard anyone speak about. Okay, I'm struggling with forgive others as you want to be forgiven, and love thy neighbor. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Sarah is a different thing. These two things are interlinked but are parallel. My people cannot tolerate disrespect. It is difficult to maintain my temper because I do not walk alone. Okay. Forgiveness. I think that's where we're going with Sarah. I have different spirits, different ancestors talking different languages. All right? When it comes to forgiveness, the message, my is tunyo, meaning that the messenger gift. My is tunyo wants us to be forgiving, forgive others. Right? That is my istunya. People need to be forgiven because you don't want to hold grudges, because holding grudges will make you bitter, will make you upset all the time, because if you've got something that is disturbing you, it's going to disturb your peace, right? That is, if you don't forgive people, right? If you don't forgive people, you'll have something that disturbs your peace. Now, loving neighbors, we're supposed to love ourselves, we're supposed to love others, and we're supposed to respect ourselves, and we're supposed to respect others. If you love yourself, someone doesn't love you, that is up to them. If they don't love you, you can't force people to love you. But you can't force love on others either. You can't force love on others either, right? But we're supposed to treat people as equal, the way we want to be treated, right? Now, that is talking about loving thy neighbor, right? And I would love to hear your thoughts about that. Okay. Remember, if you don't forgive someone, if someone has hurt you and you really cannot forgive them, you'll always be thinking about. They'll live in your head, rent free, because obviously they'll disturb your peace, right? And you can't force forgiveness either, but we're supposed to forgive them because it helps us. It helps us to just tell ourselves that this one I'm going to be projecting, right? I'm going to be projecting, and I cannot talk about it as in cooperate. Yeah, we can cooperate with others. Yes, we can cooperate. Sometimes, this is why I'm saying that ancestors, spirits, and guides, they speak different languages. Meaning that sometimes with ancestors, the way they toughen up in dreams, they show us if someone is doing this to you, how do you deal with them? If someone is doing this to you, someone is harming, someone is disturbing your peace, how do you deal with them? You can't let people disturb your peace like this. How do you deal with them? Then you've got the other ones, the light ones, who says people should be treated as such with respect. We should love each other. Then you've got ancestors this side saying that if someone is disturbing your peace, because this is real life situations, real life issues, if someone disturbs your peace, what do you do with it? Are you going to be like, I'm supposed to be loving, I'm supposed to love thy neighbor, I'm supposed to tolerate? Then you've got the tit for tat. If you're doing harm to me, it really pains me, and I tell you that this really pains me. Sometimes, for you to understand what is making me feel upset and what is paining me, I have to show you, because you don't understand with someone talking to you about it. Like, this is disturbing me, this is actually hurting me. You don't believe it, because if I'm telling you, sometimes I have to show you. You're hurting me like this. That's the tit for tat. You're hurting me like this. Feel it as well. So maybe this will make you not to repeat what you were doing. That's the only way I can explain it. That's the only way I can explain it. Some people, you cannot reason with them. I've taken it out of what you're asking me, but you can forgive and move on from people, but what if they keep on coming to you as well? You understand? How do you deal with that? But when it comes to temper, it's a different thing, right? We should be able, our ancestors should be able to help us maintain that temper, because with temper, remember that temper, the way, if you have that bad temper, the way you react to things, you might react in a way that you're going to be like regretting for the rest of your life. So they have to help us deal with the temper. If it is something that will end up getting you somewhere you don't want to get, they have to help you deal with it. Togo's, okay. Oh, spinal cord, okay. Oh, sorry, my lady. I thought you said spinal cord. I thought there was a language that I didn't understand there. Okay. All right. In the dream, I look at myself viewing the back side, and there was an ancestral road where the spinal cord in the back, and I woke up. Okay, then what happened in that dream? Did the dream repeat? My lady, did the dream repeat? Because that looks like a dream that will be continuous. So they show you what that cord does. I remember, that one is a deep dream. I cannot go to that one. Even now I still need to understand it better. Something that connects us to ancestors as well. But did this dream not continue? Because it sounds like a dream that didn't end. Not like that didn't end properly, so meaning that there was a continuous dream that follows after that one. To explain what was happening, what you were seeing. Mfana futhi, are dreams metaphorical or situational? Both. Remember that they will use a real life situation to explain something that is happening to you. So when we say metaphorical, meaning that they will use real life situation turn it into a metaphor, meaning that changing the word, if we're using it in this way, spiritually, it is like that real life situation. But we cannot take it on its literal form. We need to look at it metaphorically, meaning that we need to change the literal meaning of it and look at it properly. Because when we're taken into the dream state, it means that we need to look at things properly, not as in literal, the way they are happening literally in the dream. We need to take that and try to understand that our ancestors will use me running away, being chased, and me running away. Because metaphorically, it means that in the my situation, my real life situation is like this, like me running away from something. It doesn't mean that you're running away from that, but the situation, it makes it like you're running away from this thing that is chasing you. But if you were to look at it properly, metaphorically, spiritually, you will know that it was not like as literal as it was in the dream. In the dream, it's just shown to you like that, like it is your situation, like that scenario in the dream. When I'm saying situation, it means that what is happening to you in a day-to-day is taken in the dream. They are showing you that your situation is like this. Things are based on what is happening to you in a day-to-day. Sarah, these two things are interlinked but are parallel. People cannot tolerate disrespect. It is difficult to maintain my temper because I do not walk alone. Okay. Sipo Togoza Gogo. Speaking of DNA, I dreamed of doing a fingerprint DNA with a certain man. My dad, I assume, came back 99.9%. He was so happy. And a certain Gogo was happy too. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful dream. Okay. You were doing a fingerprint. Okay, that's beautiful. Right. Is that why they do not really want us in corporate? Are you talking about as in work? Like the kind of work? I'm getting lost there, Sarah. I completely agree with you. My student also wants peace, so the problem is the other spirits are not as forgiving, and it is hard to keep everybody happy. It's very easy. It's very easy, Sarah. We just know. Remember that Istunya gift. Remember, Istunya gift is about you being angelic, right? It's about you being angelic, meaning that you have to bring out the light, right? To shine that light into yourself, into others, right? That is Istunya gift. Meaning that you have to operate really, really with integrity, doing the right things at all times. And you need to look at people not with judgment. You need to be loving, as pure as you are, the way we're supposed to be born, not be born with all these things that we inherit from our ancestors. Meaning that if our ancestors were upset, they died upset, that bit of them, we inherit it. We inherit it. If your ancestors, when you were conceived, they were unhappy. They gave birth to you, they were unhappy, even the way they were raising you, because of the things that they were dealing with, they were making them unhappy. Somehow they pass that to you, right? They pass that to you, right? But in your Istunya gift, it means that you have to go back to your original self. Meaning that as if you didn't inherit all those things that came with what your ancestors, those who lived before you, have passed them to you through the genes. So you have to go back to your original form, right? Original form. So then we have a problem because we need to correct that bit of us that we inherited. We need to bring ourselves back to our origin, the way we're supposed to be operating. Then there's conflict. There's conflict because we need to correct the wrongs, but we need to operate in our pure form. Which some of us that pure bit is still something, steps that we need to climb onto, that unfortunately when you're climbing up you keep on going backwards. Trying to climb up to Eastern your gift, you're climbing backwards. Climbing up to Eastern your gift, you're climbing backwards, because we're dealing with real life issues. All right. Okay, where was I? How you're going exactly where I was going with that, Tovela. Thank you so much. Masithokoze kakhulu isandla phezu kwesinye. I love that. Makwande. Excuse me. Ngaku ekukhanyeni. Isandla phezu kwesinye. Ralebo. Thobela Mori with pink hands. And Thobela ni what? Nimfai with yellow hand. And and Thobela glad Makosi. Yeah. So it is hard. It is a hard. It's a different thing, but also they work together. They work together properly, but it is a struggle. It is a struggle. Like talking about that, I was I think when was it? Yesterday morning. My dream yesterday morning was about Nzunza. Nzunza, they wanted me to talk about them because they were taking me back to the video I've made a long time ago about Nzunza and Mashangane history. So they were reminding me that is not finished, isn't it? Like when is that gonna finish? Like then I was like, anyway, the way they were going on about it. The way I took it as well as they were explaining it in the dream before they came to me. Remember that you dream, they wake you up and then they come in and explain things to you. In the dream, it was more like they were complaining that I'm actually forgetting about them so much that I'm putting the other water spirits out there. Like every time I'm trying to talk about Nzunza, which I don't remember trying to do that, then I'm bringing this Mandawe. In the dream, they were showing me like I'm talking about Nzunza, and then I'm saying, Mandawe, the way I'm doing it now. Mandawe, like I'm trying to say Nzunza, but then I keep on saying Mandawe, meaning that I'm literally forgetting about them. Anyway, and when I woke up after that dream, I was thinking that, hey, even spirits are like this. Obviously, I was thinking about it as a human being, isn't it? Literally. Like, hey, these people are complaining. This looks like a complaint, isn't it? So, even spirits are like that, isn't it? They're like that. They complain like that. Like, it's like you concentrating more on the other and then you're leaving the other, isn't it? And I was like, seriously, is this how it is? But I realized it was not that. They were just telling me that I'm concentrating I know the other so much than about them. Like I'm forgetting them. I'm supposed to talk about them as well, and I'm not. Which was like it looked like a complaint to me. Richard, you're single. You're cute. You're not even greeting me. Even if I was single, I wouldn't be falling for you because you didn't even greet me. Anyway. So that is the ancestors. They do things like that. Anyway, Muri, if I dream seeing a woman dressed in white praying, does that mean I have to buy the white dress and dusk as what? Duke as well? How are they? Remember that it depends. A lot of us, when we see our ancestors, the first thing they come dressed up all in white. Most of us, they dress up in white. And some of us, when we see them dress up the way they are dressed, we don't get those things. Because if they are like, dressed up like that, even us, we want to follow, right? We want to look like them. We want to be as white as them. If they come dressed up in yellow, we want to look the part, right? If they come dressed up in red, we want to look the part, right? That's how we get our ancestral cloth. Sometimes they'll point it to you. They say, look, we want this. Then we wear it. So we do that. A lot of us, we do that. As in dream, so in real life, we do repeat. Okay. Richard, you are in the wrong side. I'm not in a dating site here. Please, mind your manners. So they're like that, the negotiations and explanations. Yes. So they do those kind of things. So yes, we're talking about ancestor spirits and guides. Please help Richard because he's getting more confused. He's seeing the beats. Richard, you need to speak to your ancestors. Looks like you're looking at me and you're not listening to what I'm talking about. All you're fantasizing in there. Anyway, so we're talking about ancestor spirits and guides, and as ancestors people, we're trying to reach out, to reach down to our ancestors to make sure that everything gets clear to us, so we can communicate nicely with our ancestors, with our spirits, with our guides, and things can progress nicely, and we go, things get revealed to us nicely, so that as well we are guided. We are guided. Remember, sometimes if someone has gone, remember that the way as well we should be looking at our ancestors. They've lived this life. They've done some things. They've made mistakes. They've seen things that are not right. They've seen things that they could have done better, and now they are looking at us, and they don't want to. They want to make sure that we don't make the same mistakes as they made them by not listening to their ancestors as well. So they are coming in full force to make sure that we do listen as we can, so that we don't fall into big holes that they can see that there's a big hole there, that if this one keeps on walking that way, they are bound to fall into that trap or that hole. So they will tell us, they will make sure that we hear them in our ears, so that they will tell us, please stop there, turn around, because where you're about to go, you might end up in, that is a trap, Mtwanam. It's a trap, my child. If you walk that way, you might not be able to make it, like you'll end up like us as an ancestor. So that's why they come to us. They've lived this life, and as well, some of them, they were like they operated like it's true. They came here as angelic as they were, being nice, and they were just being nice, minding their own business, and being very good, and dealing with people, like treating people with respect, loving everyone. They see people, they just assume people are just have good intentions. They're gonna receive them nicely. They're gonna treat them nicely because they were angelic. They're angelic people, right? So they open that beat, like if someone comes, we need to love our neighbors the same as we love ourselves and we love our neighbors. But the neighbor comes, they mess them up. The ancestors, they were just being angelic. Let's just be nice. Maybe that neighbor will change. That neighbor will change. And they die without changes. That ancestor, when they come back, they're not going to come back with the angelic side of them. They're going to come back with, the memory says that the neighbor is not going to change, is going to operate as such. If you're going to be treating the neighbor as angelic as the way we were, as angelic as we were in our pure form, the way we were treating them when we were living, you're doing the same thing as us, my child, you're going to die like us, like that, thinking someone's going to change. They're not going to change. They do that tit for tat. That is our ancestors. Nympha, what? Nympha, this name. I'll call you Rose. I saw your video about driving a car. Do you mind saying what it might mean to drive someone else's car? And you were driving it, doing what? Who's this person you were driving their car and how? Remember, if you're helping a friend in real life, your ancestors will show you driving them driving their car, meaning that they're showing you that you're driving that friend's car. If you're a healer, you are a healer. You've got Mtwasan. Your ancestors will show you being the driver and Mtwasana being at the back with the ancestors, Mtwasana's ancestors on the side, because you're driving the Mtwasan person's car. But you need to let Mtwasana drive the car. Yes, I'm giving you an example there. I was giving you an example, Rose. As a healer, you're supposed to drive people because you're supposed to be a driving instructor. And sometimes even when we are helping family members in real life, they'll show us driving them in our cars. But we should not drive them all the time. They should be in position of their own cars. At some stage, even you're going to get tired of driving someone in real life, metaphorically in the dream. Sarah, yes, they are like that, but neighbor believes in good fences. He believes in good fences. I know. Okay, your uncle had 2 cars and asked and told me to drive one. The uncle in the dream and follow him in his other car. So who were you driving? You said you're driving someone in the car. So who are you driving? You're driving your uncle's car. And you say, follow me around in the other. You said, I'll follow you in his other car. So you said you were driving someone in the car. Oh, to drive someone else's car. Okay, all right, okay. So how did the dream start? How did the dream start? Where you end up driving someone else's car? How did the dream start? So, just seeing the, gosh, my eyes, yeah, tiva gum. Yeah, tiva. It's doing the tiva. What do you say the tiva is doing that panya thing? Twitching. Does seeing the late creator in a dream mean anything? I was looking for something in the bush. He came out and mumbled something I cannot remember. Yes, it means something. We all know Credo was a big healer. Yes. Famous. Yes. Yes, it means something. So you have this Credo, depending on how you think about him in real life. When you see him in the bush with you, mumbling something, is he trying to show you that this root is used like this root is used? Because like Credo Mutwa is like that kind of person who will know different kind of things. If you're with him in the bush, you'll be very happy because you'll be learning a lot of things. I'm talking about the Credo Mutwa, the way I think about Credo Mutwa. If my ancestors use Credo Mutwa in my dream and I'm in the bush with him, I'll be very happy because he'll be able to help me with this, and I know that whatever he's telling me in there, I'm going to be learning a lot of things. No, it doesn't specify a certain spirit. Credo Mutwa doesn't. Credo Mutwa is black, a healer, famous. Black, famous healer. Now, if we're talking about ancestors who are coming to you as using Credo Mutwa's image, remember that they are using Credo Mutwa's image. It's not Credo Mutwa coming to you because we are special. It is ancestors using Credo Mutwa, meaning that healer like Credo Mutwa, because that is the role that the ancestor play. That ancestor who's coming to you in the dream. Very big in the ancestral realm, like a Credo Mutwa in real life. Very good, who knows his stuff, because this is how, remember that celebrities, think about Credo Mutwa as a celebrity. Celebrities they play an important role in our lives, meaning that when we think about them in real life, we think about them like this huge, big thing. Like now I'm thinking about Claudio Mutua. For me, he's huge, very big information, very big knowledge. So if my ancestors use his image, it means that in that dream, the ancestor who's coming like Claudio Mutua, it means that it is that big ancestor with big information, big knowledge, who's going to be helping me in my spiritual path. So whatever that they're going to be saying, if they mumble something I didn't hear it properly, I'm going to be paddling. Can you please bring Claudio Mutua back? Because what he said, I didn't understand it, and I can't remember what he was saying. Can you please tell me what it was? Because it must be very important. I want to know what he said. I want to remember it. That's how I'll talk to my ancestor. So that dream, I'll follow it, I'll chase it. They'll have to bring it back. So I know what he was saying. I wouldn't sleep. They will have to bring it back. I'll have to fall asleep with them bringing Claudio Mutua to bring the message again in the dream. Because obviously they want me to see what he was teaching me, isn't it? So I want them to take me back to the dream. I do not want theory. I want practicals in the dream. So they show me what he was doing to me in the dream. So they'll take me back to the dream. And Tamag. In corporate, how does the person assist the broken, beaten humans that need healing but are afraid because there are just so many? My heart bleeds. What do you say in corporate? What do you mean at work? As in corporate, as in like those institutions? Is that what you mean? Oh, I see money. I see money there. It's $199. Oh, Nympho. I can't. I receive. Hey, well, you guys. I receive. I receive shame. Hey, you guys, you don't want us or what? Some of us, we're not. You guys are gonna be. You guys need to warn us. I'm about to send money. Hey, you're gonna be scaring us now and making us behave strange. I went outside and my uncle was there. He had 2 cars. He told me to get in the second car and follow him. I followed him, and then there was this path. We were going kind of like a mountain path. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, that is okay. All of a sudden, there are these big beds, kind of like what? I can't read that. I don't even know what those beds look like. What are they like? Came swooping over people. So I turned around and went back to the house. Togoza Jena, Gogo Jena. You must chase that dream. We don't live dreams like that. They're important dreams. Yes, it must return. All the best to you. Okay, I'm in work. Yes. Okay. Remember, you can't save everyone. You can't save everyone. You must remember that. And you can't force people to behave like you are as saved. Remember that we can't force people to be like us. People remember that everyone is here to experience what they came here to experience, right? Unless people are coming to you for help, then we help them. But if they are not asking, or if your spirit or their spirit is reaching through you to help that particular person, yes, you'll go to them and as well you'll know how to approach them, because you have been taught how to approach people like that, so you can help them. But you don't do it like I'm a healer now, I can help all. No, we're doing it as guided by our spirits, right? You can tell that at this particular moment when I'm meeting this person at work, they just need someone to listen to, or they need someone to hug, or they need, okay, not hug, because we'll have the Richard falling in love on live session. So you can tell that this person just needs, just you being there, just being there, somehow giving that your healing beat in that nice way, like they will understand. I money, money, money. Yes, there's money here. Woo, we're so happy and very happy. Okay. Yes, Gogo. I had a bad dream, and after that dream, my life went backwards. What did I miss? The dream of female bullies who ended up killing a girl in front of my eyes. Oh, okay. And you were stabbed as well on the knee, Nyasha. Um, Nyasha, Nyasha, talk to your. But let me not do this. Uh, Remember, they don't go backwards. It's just that what is being revealed to you, that it makes things look like a remember, especially these stabbing dreams, something being done to you that hurt your body and stuff like that. It brings out a lot of things. It brings out a lot. But backwards, they don't go backwards. It's just that actually I was thinking of doing, after you shared this dream, Inyasha, I know I did tell you that I'll try and do a video about other things that we talked about before. But after it's very difficult. I mean, these are the kind of things, Nyasha, if you know someone, you know a healer, somewhere who you can talk to, a healer who's more like counseling kind of a healer. You need that kind of a healer who you can just express yourself properly with them, so they can go through with you, because there's a lot of pent up emotions, a lot of things that you need to deal with, right? So if you find someone like that, someone who can spiritually counsel you, like and you can open and talk to properly, that who can help you in that way. I think that's what you need at this particular moment. You need that, because you are not going backwards, you're going forward, but it's just that when you're going through what you're going through at this moment, it will look like that, but it's not a setback. You just need someone to talk to who can listen to you and understand you spiritually. Please try and try and be guided towards that particular person. Okay, my phone battery is running low. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm charging the phone now. My nose is not running. It's just that I'm getting a bit cold. Okay, I was talking to the uncle dream, the driving the car, uncle's car. Okay, I'll go back to the car dream. Maukanye. Okay. Yes, you cannot just, a lot goes into this, and I'm in, Sarah. The English will say Sarah. Sarah. Okay, all right, I'll go back to first dream. Okay. So when we're looking at dreams like this, Nymphi Rose, when we look at dreams like this, when it comes to our uncles, remember these are our family members, it means that if it is an uncle who's still alive, you look at them like this. Is that the kind of uncle who will give me, excuse me, who will give me his car? Right? Let's say, I'm not talking about in real life they've got a car or not. But is that the kind of an uncle who will give me a car to help me to get to another destination or what? So when we're looking at that dream, then we'll think, okay, he gave me this car because I needed it. But why did he give it to me? As well, where was I going with him? Because I'm following him. Why should we be following each other but not being in the same car? What is the reason with me being I mean, I'm taking his car, things like that. Because sometimes our ancestors, they can show us when we are using other people's cars, they can show us that we are using other people's cars because we are like those kind of people. We want other people's means to get us to a different place. But in the dream as well, you can see that that was for that reason. In that dream, you can say that either my ancestors are looking at me in that way, like, why do I want that? Is that car, will I even be able to drive it? Because in the dream, you can see as well that the car that I was being given is that I was able to drive it, or even though it was not mine, I was struggling, or I was okay driving it and following. And as well, things like that. But if they are showing it to you, I don't know. And if I can't explain it because I'm not getting your dream properly. I'm not getting it properly. I went outside. He had 2 cars. He told me to get in the second car and follow him. I followed him. And then there was this past, we were going kind of like a mountain path. Okay. And all of a sudden there are these big bears. Okay, I do not know what this toro dactyls are like that came swooping over people. So I turned around. You are driving and you turn around and went back to the house. And then what? Let's just say maybe this were not, you turn around, because I don't know, your dream is not you're not explaining it properly. Let's say you saw those things, you're worried. I don't know the birds that you're talking about. I'm just picturing maybe something that you thought it didn't look all right. So you turn around because you want to make sure that you're helping people out there. Instead of going where you were meant, your uncle was taking you, which you were not meant to be going in the first place. And then you saw something that was going to be disturbing your community, so you had to go back. I do not know. It will depend on what you were thinking when you saw those birds, and what you were thinking that they will do to those people if they were around those people. What you were thinking about in that dream. Is that didn't look right? Why you turn around? I'm turning around because I'm going there to help people, or what? It will depend on the way you were thinking in that dream for me to explain what you're saying there. Okay. Is a dinosaur bird with big wing. Okay. Similar to, okay. So now let's just say your uncle was taking you somewhere you were not meant to be going. As a healer, someone is taking you on a path that you're not supposed to be going to in the first place, right? Because your uncle, I'm making assumption here because I don't know, because the role that your uncle play in real life, they will show you in the dream as well, is that kind of a person who will take you off the path you're supposed to go and make you do the wrong things, right? Where you even end up having to follow him he was taking you to a different path that you're not supposed to be going to in the first place. And then when you're looking back, you're seeing your community. As a healer, I'm making assumption because I'm here to help healers and soon to be healers, right? So as a healer, you're looking back as your community, you can see something that doesn't look right, right? Like those vultures, meaning that they will harm your community. So you need to go back to help your community deal with what you're supposed to be, you were supposed to be there anyway in the first place. to make sure that you deal with that bit. So I don't know. Your dream will show that you were thinking like that. I'm not in isolation. I've been out of isolation for more than, I think it's 3 days now. I've been out and about. I've been out and about. That isolation kind of thing. You know, people here don't get in isolation. I was put in isolation because of my daughter was feeling like because the first time she had COVID, right? She's the first person in the family to have COVID. So we put her in isolation for 10 days straight, until the thing was showing no COVID, right? So she makes sure that anyone who has COVID feel the same way as she felt. She really take this thing serious, like serious. And as well, we're trying to make her feel better, right? So we'll just, because really she really feels if you don't, anyway, it's a family dynamic that we don't want to go into at this particular moment. But anyway, I was in that isolation. When I'm going around, I have to wear a mask, until after. Actually, the funny thing, after I've checked the COVID in the morning, because I was checking if I have COVID every morning, right? If I still have COVID, if it's showing one line or not. So what it will be doing, right? What it will be doing, it shows one line and one fading, right? And she was like, you still have it. You can't come out until it's just one line, right? The day I had one line, right? She was telling me, I'm bored. What can we do, mommy? This is the person who couldn't even come close to me. The first day I had that COVID, that thing, she's like, I'm bored. What can we be doing? She wants to be, anyway. It's one of those things that we deal with. Anyway. Yes, funny stuff. Anyway, yes. So, with dreams like that, Rose, you'll be looking at, you'll have to think about what you were thinking about in the dream. When you were turning back and going back, and you were looking at those, I'll call them dinosaurs. What were you thinking about? Were you thinking that those things are going to be doing some damage or hurting those people that you were looking at, and now you're going back to help? Or what were you thinking about in the dream? Because it will show you that you're thinking, those people cannot be dealing with that. I'll be able to help them. Or I know how to deal with this. In the dream, you'll be thinking like that. Right? But as well, you have to think about your uncle, the way you think about your uncle in real life, even if he's gone past or even if he's still alive. You know your uncle, right? You know that he's that kind of person. If he's taking you somewhere, he wants you to follow him in a car. Is that kind of an uncle who will take you out of your way to do things that only he, like a selfish kind of way he wants to be done. I mean that now you end up doing the wrong things in the first place, while you're supposed to have been there to stop those things that are happening, all those things that you see now. If you were to follow him around in the car, your people will suffer. That's how we look at dreams like that. I don't know, because I'm just taking it as I'm making assumptions here, inserting myself, because there's no way where you're talking about your thinking in that dream and your feelings in those dreams. I've been seeing beautiful beds, the French style headboards. Carpets matching with curtains. And they're gorgeous. I believe you. I take this is a good dream, right? Well, if you like French things, you like those things, and you were seeing them, and what were you thinking in the dream? It could be a good dream, it could be a bad dream. It could be a good dream, it could be a bad dream. It could be that you're quite easily impressed in a bad way. Or it could be like your people are testing you. They're testing you. How did this dream, and what were you thinking in that dream when you were seeing that? For me, it doesn't mean anything. If a dream comes to me like that, I know my people are testing me. That is a tested dream because I like good things, and I'm not supposed to as a person who's supposed to be representing them. I'm supposed to have a good heart. I'm supposed to be thinking about others. I'm supposed to be doing the right things at all times. When I see things like that, I'm not supposed to forget my mission. So if my people show me in the dream seeing the French headboards and the nice carpet, and I'm like, wow, I forgot that I promised that there are people sick out there. I'm going to be showing someone how to activate Nzunza or activate Mandawe. And I'm looking at the French things. I'm like, wow, I see myself. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I want to see myself on that bed. I want that bed in my bedroom. Then my people, there's nothing good about it with that. If it was in my dream, the way I'm thinking about it, my people are showing me that I still have a problem there. If it comes to my dream, because they tend to test me like this kind of things. They show me things I like, huh? And then the way I react to them, it shows my people that I still have a weakness. It won't be a good dream for me. It will be a good dream if I look at it and thinking, I need to help people out there. These things are just nice things, but I need to get someone inside the water. Then I know I've passed that dream. Okay, I was so excited and choosing which one will be my sons or daughters. I was excited. I love beautiful things. I guess to you it will be good, I guess. But for me, it's straightforward. Dreams like that, I understand weakness or strength. What am I thinking about? It's as simple as that. JT Christ, I haven't seen you, Togoza. What does seeing small baby crawling down the stairs mean? And what are you doing with that? The baby's crawling down the stairs, and what are you thinking about? JT Christ, because me thinking about it in general, a small baby crawling down the stairs, if I'm down the stairs, I'll be worried and thinking, oh my gosh, that baby, I hope he doesn't lose a step while crawling down the stairs and fall down. Oh my God, if the baby falls down, if just one step, loses one step, misses one step, that will hurt that baby. The moment I see the baby crawling down the step, I'll be going close to the baby, isn't it? Even though I'll be impressed, but I'll be going close to the baby to make sure that the baby something doesn't go bad. If it is anything to do with ancestors, trying to see how you are like, as in looking after the babies in the dream, right? I mean that they're checking you to see what your reaction will be like. The baby is coming down the steps. You can tell even in a dream that, ooh, that looks scary, isn't it? Ooh, let me go close, isn't it? How we care about those babies in the dream will show our ancestors that we are ready to care about, to look after their things. I just passed the baby and realized that why should I pass that baby? When I went back, she was nowhere to be found. You failed, JT. You failed. You failed in that dream. Spo, don't just they got me then. If that's the case, hey shame, I was swept off my feet. So that was a trap. Just like JT Christ failed. Imagine seeing a baby going down the stairs. And you can see there's no one following the baby. You just go past them. Imagine that baby falling down 10 steps, just rolling down the stairs. I mean, yeah, Imagine that. We've got two failures here, people who fail two dreams. Anyway, guys, remember that just like anything else, when I'm saying weaknesses and strength, remember we need to be strong people. If we are going to be healers, remember that it depends the kind of spirits you have. Remember that they're checking what are you like. Remember SS now. I'll go back to JT Christ, right? JT Christ with the baby. Remember with children. Remember how children are like, right? Small babies, how they're like. Whether it is your baby or it is not your baby, even in that dream, you can tell that it's not your baby, right? It really doesn't matter. As a person, as a human being, even in real life, you see a baby doing things that we know how babies are like. Even when you see a baby is about to hold a small stone, you're going to be worried. Your first instinct is that, what if that baby put the stone in the mouth and choke on it? It's not your baby, but what if that baby put the stone and choke on it? Now, the baby is crawling down the stairs. What if that baby, a small thing can just happen, that baby just roll down the stairs, and the baby's skin is too, and they're just going to be bumping on the stairs, just rolling like that. The baby's not going to be behaving like someone who can hold on to the sides of the thing so that they don't keep on rolling, right? The baby won't know what to do, how to react, to hold on to things. The baby will just roll down and just fall down, right? And they're going to hurt themselves. So you can't leave a baby like that, right? You can't do that. Now, as a healer with post-dream, we have to have integrity. We should not be easily impressed. Easily impressed means that small things like that should not be easily influencing us. We're supposed to be looking after people, right? That is, in real life, supposed to be looking after others. Meaning that you when you're looking after others, there are things you can do, there are things you cannot do. How we get checked, ancestors will check us in the dream state. What kind of people are we like? If you are like that, you've got that weakness in your life. Remember that ancestors, they take you away from what we want to be. Remember that some of us, we didn't think we were going to end up being healers and having to go with people that we don't know to reverse. And then people are coming to us, and even the way they are talking to us, we have to try and talk to them in the way that is professional, right? We were not thinking like that. We were thinking like, I'm just giving you an example, right? We're thinking like, I'm going to be like this, I'm going to make this kind of work like this, make money in that way, and just live my life happily ever after, right? This is how we were thinking about. So imagine now your ancestors, they take you from where you were going, right? Where you were going. Let's say you are greedy, you were going the greedy path. Remember that the spiritual path is not supposed to be the greedy path. Spiritual path is supposed to be the path that everything is good, good of your people, good of you're doing good for your community, good for the whole nation. The greedy path means that an individual thing, my, I want the best, I want everything for me, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I don't care. You understand? This is the other bit, the greedy part, the materialistic part, right? Materialistic part means that we want fleshy things. It is materialistic. Spirituality, no, we're supposed to be living the way like normal people, not extravagant, right? So ancestors will test us because we were going that way, isn't it? Before they've taken us that path, the materialistic path, they've taken us to the spiritual path. So they need to keep on testing us, tempting us with materialistic things to show us that we still have that bit. We are still materialistic, but we're supposed to be wholeheartedly spiritual spiritualistic way, right? We're supposed to be thinking about things in the spiritual kind of way. So they tempt us with nice things. You see nice cars, you're like, wow, I see myself in this. Ancestors, they say, see, my child, if you're still thinking like that, how are you going to be being out there in the bushes, dirty? Okay, not dirty. Be out there, when I'm saying dirty, remember if you're digging roots of things, herbs, you're going to end up like full of dust, right? Full of dust. That's what I mean. I don't mean like dirty in that way that you guys are thinking about. So they will tempt you like with those people, nice things, you're driving there, nice cars, you're high up there. Now you see another person digging out there. Which one do you choose? The big or the digging part? So if you go the digging part, they say, you're on the right path. You're on the right path because that's where we're taking you, my child. But you want to see yourself sleeping on the French beds? That's different. They're even putting the French one. They're even sticking in the carpet. Hey, hi, shame. Hi. Bien non koko o ba kwa ke badimo re ka go solve jwang. How are they fighting? How are they doing that? Please tell us, because a lot of people, the way they're putting it is different. So how are they doing that? How are they doing it? Explain to us, JT, so we can answer you based on how yours are doing it. Because this one we cannot generalize. We cannot generalize with this one. How are they doing that? Because as well as people as well, sometimes we like that, isn't it? Sometimes we want. I should not say that. I should be serious with this one. I should be serious with this one. Ancestor. This part. Is our child. Is our child. Let's see how are they doing it with you. Ek tswara chalet or gili busy ka project e rileng ke thusitse ke ba bo mama ba ko o papa ba emisa dilo tsaka or vice versa. Hey, that's a different one, isn't it? That's a different one. It is a different one. I don't know how to explain that one. Hey, I don't know how to explain that one because I don't understand it. So you get money to do something and then it doesn't come to pass because of... I don't know how to explain that one. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that one. I wouldn't know how to explain that without delving deep, because otherwise I might end up projecting here and we don't know that. JT Crust, that is like a one that you need to talk to someone properly to actually hear the story properly. I can't give you advice on that one. Please translate in English. What is JT saying? Okay. So what if ancestors are fighting over you? That is what... Is this still on, guys? Because it went for reconnection. Am I still on? Please let me know if I'm still on there, because I think that this is what happened last time and only to realize that that was taken off. Am I still here with you guys? Okay, thank you. All right. So JT is talking about ancestors fighting over you. Remember that sometimes the paternal and the maternal are not, there are things that needs to be sorted out first before you as the carrier of their gifts, things can be working out right for you. But sometimes it's nothing to do with that. Sometimes things have happened in the past. This is the thing that when I'm answering this, I might project because I'm thinking about you hold money and it doesn't go any further because of things that have happened in the past, and now I'm going to be projecting because I'm just thinking about mine as well. A lot of things have to be fixed within the family. Remember ancestors, maternal and paternal, they have to, remember as in things in real life, they have to be properly done. So when ancestors are out there giving us advice, it means everything down there, there's nothing, there's no, this paternal and maternal, they're not fighting and stuff like that. Or there are no fights that have happened a generation backwards that needs to be solved. Because as a matter of principle, families are supposed to be in harmony with each other, the paternal side and the maternal side. Physically, there's supposed to be harmony between these two sets of family. Meaning that if there's harmony, even in the ancestral realm, there will be harmony. Because now they'll be working together as in alignment with each other, with you, giving you gifts and intents and stuff like that. But sometimes it's nothing to do with the principle of things as in physical. It has to do with something that has happened before. That's why we see that we get these things and they don't succeed because something has happened. That means we need to correct that bit. It is nothing to do with that ancestor are not allowing you to do this, or that ancestor are not allowing that ancestor to give you more wealth. But if that is the case, the ancestors as well, they will tell you that the reason why you get this money or you get this project and it doesn't go as far as you want it to go is because of this, my child. This needs to be sorted within the family. Once this is sorted, because obviously if they're giving you the gifts, you are the one who's supposed to be helping them sort it because they're using you. That's why you're there. They're using you. If you don't sort it, then you go on, your project gets successful, you get wealthy, you'll forget to fix it. So, but if that bit, what you want most, is being held back, so you're going to be doing what they want. You're going to be making sure that you correct the thing that the ancestors, both maternal and paternal, they want you to correct so that your things can go back, they can go smoothly. That is why you see in our spiritual path, when we go into this spirituality, you'll find that a lot of our things, we get stripped. Because if we are not stripped, we will just function as is normal, right? You'll deal with ancestors later on. But by stripping us of the things we want most, we will go and try to understand what it is that we need to correct. What is it is that we need to help our ancestors, what they call it, to correct, for ancestors to correct so that things can go good for our families. You understand? So that is what they want us to do. So if I was you, JT, I'll try to find out from my ancestors what it is that I need to be doing. Because they will show you, because they can show you in the dream, they can give you dreams, they can show you that the reason why this you're coming with this project, or you're getting this money and this money doesn't get you anywhere, or things don't go any further, is because of this. But if you correct this, things will go smoothly, because that's how they talk to us. They tell us, they tell us that the reason why that is not working, is because of this. Do this, then you'll see things will go according to the way you want them to go. So that's what is happening. So that's what is happening, right? Ancestors will do things like that. But you need to find out what it is that they want you to do. if that is the case. Gosh, oh my gosh, it's 2 hours, guys. I'm gonna have to be going. You guys can walk up with me. Hi Gogo, I know someone not very clean today. Okay. Travela, hopeful. I know someone not very clean today. There was fire, accident, and possible 2 death linked to this person. I feel numb to it. I feel I can't even feel bad for the person, like I knew it is coming. Okay. So hopefully, what are you gonna do about this? I feel I can't even feel bad for the person, like I knew it is coming. What do you mean, hopeful? Remember, as a healer, if there's something that you think is going on, you're getting messages and stuff like that. The messages have to be passed. You are a messenger. You can't hold on to something just because, regardless of whatever, the way we think about other people and stuff like that in real life. When it comes to our work as messengers, remember when I'm saying messengers, meaning that as prophets, spiritual healers, right? Prophets, or whatever you call yourself. If you get any message relating to someone that you're supposed to pass it, it needs to be passed. Even if you don't like the person, or even if you're nervous, that should come off. People need to get their messages. How do we ask the ancestors for money? You're asking the wrong person. The moment I have that money that you're asking for, I'll come here and talk about it. As for me, I can't give you that message. That advice is the advice I can't give you. You see, this thing, I've done it myself. I've done this thing myself. I've created it myself with these beads. Right? It took me a long time, to do this. If I knew how to get money from my ancestors, there is no way that I was going to spend time sitting down and doing this. I'll be getting people to do this for me. That is what I'll be doing. If I knew how to get that money. Ancestors. Hey! And actually, I played lottery on Tuesday, isn't it? I still play lottery, guys. And these ancestors, you're actually paddling for numbers. And I don't know, maybe unless other people are coming to me, they give me other people's numbers. And I tell them, come, I'll give you, let's get the numbers for you. And then when you win lottery, I get the 10%. I think I should be that healer. I feel like that this person is being asked to stop the bad things and using people in this way. Yeah, pass your message. Pass the message. I think I'm gonna be walking home. Hey guys, it's been 2 hours. I'm gonna walk with you, but don't, if I fall down, because I'm going up the hill now. If I fall down, don't be laughing out there on live session. Just because you see me falling down, right? Now I'm gonna be doing that vlog that I'm always hoping to do, right? The vlog. But you're not gonna be laughing at people falling down, right? So So remember that when we get messages, guys, they need to be sent. Gosh, I've just found out today how to fold this. Imagine that. So there it is, me going up the hill, right? I'm going up this hill. So if I fall, down, you must tick like button. You must tick those the like thing. Phew. Phew. Yeah. That was going uphill. Gosh. Whew. Oh my gosh. Phew. All right. Gosh. Yeah. See, that was going up the hill. That's tiring. Anyway, I want to make sure you see the view. Beautiful view out there. How beautiful is that? The water in the mountain. Anyway, you can say hi to the sheep. Meh. Oh. Anyway, so there we are. Look, the sheep are looking at you. You can say hi. Say hi, meh. Anyway, that was that. So, so you guys, I managed to do it. I managed to do that walking, even though it's tiring, right? So I'm gonna get home and I can say bye to you. And at Gogo, I have a frog where you're passing is a big what? Kadlala. Yeah, well, you'll see frogs. There's a lot of frogs here because there's water, isn't it? I was at the river, so you'll see frogs. There are so many frogs. And what the other one's called? what they call those. They call them. Anyway, there's some kind of Scottish frogs. They look different. They say they are very rare. Actually, there are a lot of them here. So they are here, a lot of them. So, and rabbits. Lots of rabbits here. So that's what you will see. And guys, that one. Guys, what can you do with this one? This is the sheep poo. Guys, please tell me those ones who are using it traditionally for something. Because my ancestors, they're not forthcoming with this one. I need to be using it for something. Apart from the vegetables, you know, like as a kind of, is it like manure they call it? What can you use with it? All right. So that's it. I think I'm here. I'm home. So we're back now. All right, guys. Unless if you guys have something to say. Marcos, thank you so much for opening eyes or something. Marcos, Ibayete. And okay, any water in a sense that someone can go in, not seaside, but hold on. I'll put this, take my boots. All right. I'm home. All right. Okay, I think I'll have just 2 minutes with you guys and then I'm going. Okay, it was someone was talking about Essex. I don't know private hidden rivers. I don't know much about rivers in Essex. I'm in Kent. Even in Kent, I don't know many rivers there. Anyway, that's why I like it here, so I can get to the river. Like there, you can see the river is just there. So I don't know much. I always look forward to the rivers here. Anyway, what does it mean when you see lots of beautiful vegetables in a dream? It depends. Mandawe spirits, they tend to love coming with vegetables if you have them. And okay, JT Cross said, I know goat poo can heal a person when you have moko. I don't know what moko English. Yes, yeah, okay, I see moko. All right, yeah, that's beautiful. Ooh, actually, talking about that, I've been learning about that JT. You know, I remember that. Talking about that JT, you just reminded me. I was being taught about this morning, what this does. Remember I told you that sometimes we pick up these things, we don't know why we're picking them. So I'm picking up this, but this, I've got really, really good medicinal thing in it, especially this bed, right? Very good. So my people were teaching me about it today. So please, guys, when you're directed to pick up things, pick them up, even though things are not revealed to you. When you're picking them up, as time goes on, your people will give you the messages. So when you see yourself, you're directed towards a particular thing. When you're walking out there, pick it up. Your people will give you the messages afterwards. So I've been picking up bed feathers for a long time, and finally I pick up these ones only to be taught about this one, this particular bed. So please do, because the spiritual people do, when you're guided to pick certain things, pick them up. Just even if you can just have them in your place if you can, and until your people are ready to start teaching you about it, they will, because this is really really big medicine, guys. Anyway, I'm saying that because of JT's that. So anyway, what I need to know is about the goat, the sheep poo, because there's a lot of it here, and my people are not telling me anything about it. Anyway, so that is just that. So guys, we'll talk again. So I think that is, we've done everything we could have done. It's 2 hours 20 minutes. Even my battery is flat now. So yes, even seashells. Yes, I collect a lot of them, lots and lots and lots of them. So yes, collect them, because with seashells as well, Spo, what happens with seashell when your ancestors, when they're teaching you, okay, when they're teaching you about what they call it, divination bones. Remember that sometimes you pick up seashells. Sometimes there'll be one particular seashell that your ancestor won from all your shells, right? And then they'll be using it. You can divine with it. They'll select one particular one to divine with it. And as time goes on, maybe they'll select another one and stuff like that, depending on what it is you're gonna get from that particular shell, right? Anyway, I think that's what we have done. I think now this is it. I need coffee. I need something to drink. And and